My beloved child, you come to me with a heavy heart, asking why the man you thought was meant to be yours now pours his love and devotion into another woman, and I hear your tears, I feel your cries, I see your sleepless nights, and I know the ache that makes your chest feel empty, the ache that steals your laughter and fills your mind with endless questions, and I tell you this, not to punish you but to awaken you. Not to destroy your hope but to build your strength, because the truth is that love is not always what your eyes perceive, not always what your mind clings to, and not always what your heart imagines, and when he gives his love to another woman, it is not because you are less. It is not because you are unworthy, it is not because you are unlovable. It is because his soul is walking a path that no longer aligns with yours in this season, and sometimes the one you hold as your greatest blessing is only a lesson, sometimes the one you thought would stay forever was only meant to stay for a chapter, and sometimes I allow separation because if I did not, you would never step into the destiny that is truly yours. My child, when a man gives his heart to another, you see betrayal, but I see redirection, you see rejection, but I see protection, you see the ending of a story, but I see the beginning of a new chapter, because the love I have written for you is not built on lies. It is not shared with another, it is not divided between hearts, it is pure, it is strong, it is meant only for you, and if you could see the love I have prepared for your future, you would not beg for what is leaving, you would not cry for what is fading, you would not break yourself over what was never yours to keep. Do not think, my child, that his love for another woman means you are not enough, because you are more than enough, you are my creation, my masterpiece, my chosen one, and I crafted you with a love so deep that no man's decision can erase your worth, no rejection can erase your beauty, no betrayal can erase your destiny, for you are mine, and the one who truly loves you will see you through my eyes. Will honor you as my gift, will cherish you as my blessing, and will never let go when the storms rage. My beloved, I know you replay his words, his touches, his promises, and you wonder how he could look at you with love and then turn his gaze to another, but remember, love spoken from lips does not always live in the heart, love promised in excitement does not always endure in truth, and love given in a season does not always remain for eternity, because there are hearts that do not know how to stay. There are souls that do not know how to grow, there are spirits that do not understand the sacredness of loyalty, and when such a man leaves you for another, it is not a reflection of your lack. It is a revelation of his weakness. I, the Lord your God, am telling you this so that you stop blaming yourself, stop tearing apart your soul with questions like what did I do wrong, what does she have that I don't, why am I not enough, because, my child, you did not fail, you did not lack, you did not fall short, he simply chose differently, and his choice reveals his character, not your value. When he loves another, it is because he is searching for something he cannot even define, it is because he is led by desires that are not grounded in truth, it is because his heart is unstable, and an unstable heart will always wander, but you, my beloved, deserve a steady heart, a loyal heart. A faithful love that reflects the eternal love I have for you, and though it may feel like your world has ended, it is only the breaking of an illusion so that I can bring you into reality, into the love that is real, pure, and lasting. My child, lift your head, wipe your tears, breathe again, because this pain will not last forever, this loss is not the end, and what you thought was stolen from you is actually a door I am closing to protect you, because I know what you do not, I see what you cannot, and I hear the conversations you never will, and I know the paths of both your heart and his. And I will not let you be bound to a man who cannot love you the way you deserve, who cannot honor the treasure you are, who cannot walk with you into the destiny I have prepared. Let go, not because you are weak, but because you are strong, not because you lost, but because you are being saved. And know that the man who turns his love to another woman is showing you that his heart was never fully yours, that his commitment was never rooted in eternity, that his spirit was never aligned with yours, and though you thought he was the one, I am telling you, he was not. Because the one I have for you will never leave you questioning, never leave you competing, never leave you broken, but will love you as I have called him to love, with loyalty, with patience, with kindness, with truth, my beloved child. I know your heart is heavy and you feel the crushing weight of betrayal, as if the very ground beneath your feet has given way, and I know the whispers in your mind that tell you perhaps you were not enough, perhaps you were not beautiful enough, perhaps you did not love him enough, and I want you to silence those lies, because the enemy delights in using your pain to blind you from the truth of who you are. But I, your God, come to remind you that you are more than enough, that your beauty radiates beyond flesh, that your worth cannot be measured by whether a man stays or leaves, that your love is not wasted even when it is not returned, because love freely given is never a loss. It is always a reflection of the divine light within you. Do not think for one moment that his love for another woman proves she is better than you, for comparison is the enemy's trap. And I did not create you to compete with anyone, I created you unique, incomparable, a one-of-a-kind masterpiece with gifts and grace that no one else carries, and when he turned to another, it did not diminish you, it only revealed that he could not see the fullness of your light, that he could not honor the depth of your spirit, that he could not carry the blessing you are, and so I have allowed him to walk away, not to punish you, but to free you. You must understand, my child, that sometimes I remove people from your life because they are not capable of walking with you into your future. And you hold on tightly because you see only the moment, but I see eternity. And while you cry for the one who left, I am preparing the one who will never leave. While you mourn the one who betrayed, I am shaping the one who will stay. While you ache for what is gone, I am creating space for what is coming. And if you trust me, you will see that what felt like loss was in truth a great deliverance. The man who now loves another woman may think he has found happiness, but do not envy them, for not all that glitters is gold, not all smiles are born of peace, not all unions are blessed, and when a heart builds on deception, when a love is born from disloyalty, it carries seeds of sorrow that time will reveal. For nothing built outside of truth will endure, and though it may look to you as if he has found joy, know that appearances deceive, but I do not, and in time, everything hidden will be revealed. My beloved, instead of chasing his love, chase my presence. Instead of longing for his touch, long for my embrace. Instead of desiring his return, desire the destiny I have set before you, because I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will never turn my love to another. I will never break your heart, and if you anchor yourself in me, then the love I bring into your life will reflect my faithfulness, not his failures. I know you wonder why he could not see you, why he could not choose you, why he gave to another what you prayed he would give to you, but sometimes a man's blindness has nothing to do with the light you carry. Sometimes a heart cannot recognize treasure because it is too distracted by illusions, too enslaved by desires, too broken to understand wholeness. And when such a man walks away, let him, because you deserve not a man who wanders, but a man who sees you clearly, who knows your worth, who thanks me every day for the gift you are. Do not let his choice define your identity, do not let his betrayal chain your soul, do not let his absence rob you of your future. Because you are not defined by who stays or who leaves, you are defined by me, your Creator. And I say you are worthy, I say you are loved, I say you are chosen, I say you are destined for greatness, and no man's decision can rewrite what I have written over your life. My child, the pain you feel now is real. I do not dismiss it, I do not belittle it, I hold it tenderly, but I also promise you that healing will come, that joy will return, that laughter will rise again from your lips, and when you look back on this season, you will see that what felt like the end was truly the beginning, that what felt like betrayal was truly protection, that what felt like heartbreak was truly preparation, and you will thank me for closing doors that you once begged me to keep open. Trust me. For I am the author of your story, and I never write tragedies without redemption, I never allow endings without greater beginnings, I never remove without restoring in greater measure. And though now you see only tears, tomorrow you will see beauty rise from the ashes of this loss, and you will stand strong, wiser, brighter, more radiant, because I never leave my children broken, I always bring them into fullness, and you, my beloved, are no exception. My beloved child, when you look at him and see that he has turned his heart toward another woman, I know it feels like betrayal carved deep into your soul, but listen to me closely, because I need you to hear this with the ears of your spirit, not the cries of your pain, for sometimes I allow certain loves to fall apart because they were never built on the foundation of truth, and though your heart believed, though your mind hoped, though your soul prayed, the reality is that he was not aligned with the destiny I placed over your life, and if I let you stay bound to him, you would have missed the abundance I have already prepared for you. You must understand that a man who shifts his love so easily to another woman has not yet learned the sacredness of covenant. The weight of loyalty, the purity of true commitment, and it is not your responsibility to teach him, because your calling is not to fix broken men who choose wandering paths, but to walk in the fullness of who you are, and when the time is right, the one I send to you will not need convincing, he will not need chasing, he will not need competition, because he will know from the beginning that you are his blessing, his treasure, his divine gift, and he will hold you with honor, not with deception. My child, I see the nights when you imagine them together, when you torment yourself with pictures of their smiles, their closeness, their intimacy, and I want you to release those images. For they are poison to your healing, and they are not reflections of your worth, but rather mirrors of his choices. Do not bind your soul to the idea that you lost, because in truth, you have gained freedom, freedom from a love that could not sustain you, freedom from a man whose loyalty could be so easily divided, freedom from a relationship that was not grounded in the divine permanence I have for your future. What feels like rejection is actually my hand removing what would one day have destroyed you more deeply, because if a man can give himself to another now, imagine how much more pain you would have endured if you built your forever upon him, and I love you too much to let you build on sand when I have promised to give you rock. My beloved, I know the ache when you ask yourself, what does she have that I do not? Why is her presence more captivating than mine? Why is her laughter sweeter in his ears? And I tell you with certainty, it is not that she is greater than you, it is simply that his heart has chosen a path not aligned with yours, and you must release him, not because you are defeated, but because you are destined for greater. And your spirit deserves peace, not chaos, deserves devotion, not division, deserves truth, not half-hearted love. Do not believe the lie that you are replaceable, for I created you with a uniqueness no one else can carry, and when the right man comes into your life, he will see it so clearly that he will not trade it for anything. Not for another woman, not for fleeting desires, not for passing temptations, because his love will be anchored in me, and therefore anchored in you. Until then, my child, let me hold your brokenness, let me cradle your tears, let me soothe your aching heart, because I am not ashamed of your sorrow, I am not impatient with your grief, I am present in every moment of your healing, and I whisper over you now, you are loved, you are chosen, you are mine, and no man's betrayal can erase that eternal truth. Be still in me, and watch, for the man who betrayed you has already revealed his weakness, but the man I send will reveal my strength in your life, and when he arrives, you will not question if you are enough. You will not wonder if his eyes wander, you will not fear his heart straying, because his love will be steady as the sunrise, faithful as the tide, unwavering as my promise to you, my beloved child. I know that in this moment you feel like everything has been stripped away from you, like the man you thought was your forever has chosen someone else and left you standing in the ruins of promises that now feel empty. And your heart cries out wondering how he could have held you, kissed you, sworn to love you, and then so easily shifted his affection to another. But I tell you again, this was not a reflection of your failure, this was a revelation of his inability to honor the sacredness of love. You must understand, my child, love that is real does not wander, it does not compare, It does not divide itself between hearts, and if his heart was able to leave you for another woman, then his love was never rooted in eternity. It was never the love I had destined for you, because the love I give is steadfast, loyal, and pure, and though now it feels like you have been robbed, the truth is you have been spared. For you deserve a man whose love mirrors my love, faithful, unconditional, enduring, and I will not allow you to be trapped with someone who cannot reflect that truth, because your spirit is too precious, your destiny too great, and your heart too valuable to waste on someone who cannot protect it. My child, do not curse yourself with questions like what is wrong with me, why wasn't I enough, because those questions are lies meant to chain you, and I want to break those chains right now, for there is nothing wrong with you, there is nothing lacking in you, there is nothing about you that needs to be compared to another woman, because I made you whole, I made you complete, I made you radiant, and the right man will see you through my eyes, and he will never let your worth be shadowed by another. Remember this truth: sometimes I allow the wrong people to walk out so that the right one has space to walk in, and if I did not let this happen, you would remain tied to a man who would never give you the fullness of love you were designed to experience. The one who left you for another is chasing something that his spirit is confused about, but you, my beloved, are not called to chase him, for your calling is higher, your value greater, your future brighter, and if you cling to me, I will restore what you think you lost, I will heal what you think is broken, I will fill the emptiness that now feels unbearable, and I will bring you into a love that does not betray. My beloved, you think you lost the man you needed, but in truth, I am removing the man who would have drained you, and I am preparing the man who will water your soul, and though the pain now blinds you, one day you will thank me for this heartbreak, because you will see that I saved you from building your forever on fragile ground. Do not envy them, do not dwell on their smiles, for joy built on betrayal is fragile, love born of disloyalty is weak, and relationships forged in dishonor do not stand in my presence, and though for now it may seem as though they are thriving, I am not mocked, and every hidden thing comes to light, and every seed bears fruit according to its nature, and you will see that what was not built on me will crumble in its time. But you, my child, if you will trust me, if you will let go of what was, I will give you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, strength for weakness, and love for betrayal, and it will not just restore you, it will elevate you, it will lift you to heights you could not reach while you were tied to someone who could not love you as you deserve. Lift your head, my beloved, because your story is not ending here, it is only beginning, and the man who truly loves you is not far, he is being prepared, shaped, refined, and when he enters your life, you will see the difference, for he will not love you out of convenience, he will not love you out of need, he will love you out of revelation, knowing you are the gift I sent, and his loyalty will be unshakable. Until then, lean into me, let me hold you in this valley, let me whisper peace into your restless nights, let me pour healing into your weary soul, because I am the love that never leaves, the love that never strays, the love that never betrays, and I am with you now, even in this storm. My beloved child, I see how you wake in the quiet hours of the night, your pillow damp with tears, your mind replaying moments of laughter and intimacy that now feel stolen from you, and I know the ache that grips your chest when you imagine him holding another woman the way he once held you, and you wonder why love would slip through your fingers so easily, why he would choose her over you, why your prayers for him to stay went unanswered. And I tell you gently, it is not because you were unworthy of his love, but because his love was unworthy of you. You carry a sacredness in your spirit, a divine flame in your heart, and not every man has the strength to honor it, not every man has the eyes to recognize it. Not every man has the faithfulness to protect it, and when he turned his love to another, it revealed not your weakness, but his lack of readiness, his lack of depth, his lack of truth, and I would not allow your destiny to be tied to a man who cannot cherish what I have placed within you. My child, you must release the thought that you lost to another woman, for you did not lose, you were saved, and though it feels as though your heart has been shattered, I am the healer of broken hearts, and I will piece together every fragment until you are whole again, until your spirit no longer trembles at the thought of him, until your soul no longer aches with longing, until your mind no longer questions your worth. Do you not see that when he gave his love elsewhere, he also gave you freedom? Freedom from uncertainty, freedom from deception, freedom from a future of divided affections, and I love you too much to let you live in the shadow of a man's unfaithfulness. You ask why, my child, and I answer this: because you deserve better, because I have written a greater love story for you, because what I have planned will not cause you to cry yourself to sleep wondering if you are enough, but will cause you to rise every morning knowing you are adored, honored, and safe. I know you struggle to understand, but trust me, for I see beyond the surface, I see the things he hides, I see the words he does not speak. I see the weakness in his devotion, and I know that if you had continued down that road, your soul would have been burdened with a pain far greater than this temporary heartbreak. Sometimes I answer prayers by removing the very thing you thought was the answer, because I know that what you cling to is not what will sustain you, and though you begged me to make him stay, I allowed him to walk away so that I could give you what is truly yours. My beloved, let me remind you again, you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten, you are not unloved, you are protected, you are chosen, you are set apart, and this season of loss is the soil in which I will plant seeds of greater blessing. In time, when the wounds heal and the scars fade, you will look back and see my hand in all of it, and you will thank me for saving you from a lifetime of betrayal disguised as love. And when I place the right man in your life, you will finally understand why this one had to leave, why his love for another woman was not a curse but a redirection, why what you thought was the end was in truth the beginning of a love that will never waver, never compete, never fade. Hold on, my child, for this storm will pass, and the sun will rise again on your heart, and when it does, you will be stronger, wiser, and ready for the love I have always planned for you, my beloved child. I know you ask yourself over and over again what you could have done differently. What words you could have spoken, what actions you could have taken to keep his heart from wandering, but I want you to lay down that burden now, because love that is real cannot be forced, cannot be held by fear, cannot be kept by constant proving, and if his heart chose to give itself to another woman, then it was not anchored deeply enough in you to begin with. You must understand this truth. The love I destined for you will not require you to compete, will not demand you to beg, will not cause you to question your worth, for when I send the man meant for your spirit, he will choose you wholly and freely, without hesitation, without distraction, without comparing your light to another's. My child, do not think for a moment that her presence in his life means she is better, for comparisons are the enemy's trap to poison your soul, but you were never created to compare yourself to another, you were created to shine in the unique radiance I placed within you, a radiance no other woman carries, a gift no other woman possesses. If he could not see that light, it is because his eyes were clouded, and you must not dim your glow to fit his blindness, you must not shrink your soul to hold a love that could not honor you. When he turned to her, it revealed the instability of his devotion, but your value remains untouched, your beauty remains intact, your destiny remains unshaken. Because no man's choice can cancel my promise over your life. You are mine, and because you are mine, you will never be truly forsaken, never be truly unloved, never be truly abandoned, for even when human love fails, my love endures, and I will always cover you with a love that never falters. Beloved, I want you to release the torment of imagining them together, the endless pictures that play in your mind like cruel visions, for those thoughts only deepen your wound, but they do not define reality, for what they have is not sacred, not sealed by me, not blessed in truth, and in time you will see that not all that seems strong can endure, for love born out of disloyalty is already weak at its foundation. Instead of staring at what you lost, look to me, for I am preparing a blessing so much greater than the one who left, and when I bring it to you, you will no longer ache with the question of why he chose her, because you will see clearly that his departure was necessary for your elevation. My child, I remind you that you are being shaped through this pain, refined through this loss, strengthened through this betrayal, and though it burns now, it will one day shine as testimony of my faithfulness, because I will turn your mourning into dancing, I will turn your heartbreak into healing, I will turn your rejection into redirection, and I will not let this pain be wasted. Trust me, even when you cannot understand me. Follow me, even when the path feels dark, rest in me, even when the weight feels unbearable, because I am carrying you, and I am already writing the chapters ahead, and they are filled with love that does not falter, peace that does not end, joy that does not betray. My beloved, do not let this man's love for another woman convince you that you are not enough, because you are not just enough, you are more than enough, and the right man, the man I have set apart for you, will see it clearly, and he will love you in a way that reflects me, not in a way that reflects betrayal. My beloved child, I see how you stand in front of the mirror, searching your reflection, asking yourself if maybe you were not beautiful enough, not gentle enough, not exciting enough, not worthy enough, and I want to wipe away those lies that have been planted in your mind, because your worth does not rise or fall with the opinion of a man who could not recognize the treasure before him. You are my creation, carefully and wonderfully made, every detail of you formed with intention, every part of you woven with divine love, and no man's decision to give his affection to another woman can undo what I have spoken over you from the beginning of time. You are mine, you are chosen, you are radiant. You are loved. When his love shifted, you thought it was because something in you was lacking, but my child, his wandering heart was not a reflection of your absence, it was a reflection of his own instability, his own confusion, his own inability to hold sacred what was placed in his life. A man who truly knows how to love does not look away when tempted, does not divide his devotion, does not create cracks in the foundation of your trust, and if he could leave, then it is because his love was shallow, and shallow waters can never hold the depth of your soul. My child, I would not let you anchor your life to a man who was never rooted in me, because love that is not rooted in me cannot last. It cannot stand the storms, it cannot endure the test of time, and I love you too much to let you build your forever on sinking sand. I know it hurts now, I know your heart feels like it cannot bear another beat without his presence, but the truth is, I am using this very heartbreak to deliver you, to strengthen you, to redirect you, to prepare you for something infinitely better. You ask me why he loves her so much, and I tell you this, because his heart has not yet learned the weight of loyalty, because his spirit has not yet matured into covenant love, because he is drawn to what glitters without seeing whether it is gold, and that is not your fault. Some men are blinded by desire. Some are driven by ego, some are distracted by illusions, and you must not waste your soul trying to make sense of his blindness, because you were not created to beg for sight from one who refuses to open his eyes. My beloved, what you must hold on to is this truth: your love is not wasted, your devotion is not meaningless, your heart is not broken beyond repair, for I will restore you, I will lift you, I will bring into your life a man who sees you with my vision, who loves you with my faithfulness, who honors you with the devotion of one who understands that you are not just another woman, you are his divine gift. And when that day comes, you will no longer ask why he left, why he chose another, why he loved her so much, because you will finally see that what left was never meant to stay, and what stayed away made room for what was truly meant for you. Trust me, my child, though now you cannot see the full picture, the tapestry of your life is still unfolding, and this pain is only one thread in the greater beauty I am weaving, a beauty that will one day make sense of all the tears you cry today. My beloved child, I hear the questions that rise in your heart, the endless why her and not me, and I see how those words echo through your spirit like a wound that refuses to close. But let me tell you with eternal certainty, it was never because she is greater than you. It was never because you were less. It was never because you were not enough. His choice was born out of his own weakness, his own confusion, his own searching for something that does not exist, because when a man leaves a woman who has given her all, it does not reveal her lack, it reveals his inability to recognize the sacredness of what he had. You must stop punishing yourself. Stop replaying every moment as if one different word or one different action could have kept him, for love that is true does not need constant proving, it does not depend on perfection, it does not vanish when tested, it remains, it endures, it holds strong. My child, you think his love for another woman is proof that you failed, but it is proof that he was never meant to walk with you into the fullness of your destiny. Because the one I have chosen for you will not look elsewhere, will not compare, will not trade you for fleeting emotions, but will see you as the blessing I designed you to be. I know right now you feel empty, as though the life you dreamed with him has been stolen, but I remind you, nothing truly meant for you can ever be stolen, and if it left, it was not yours to keep, because what is yours in me will stay, will grow, will flourish, will never be threatened by the presence of another. The love I have written for you will not break you, it will not confuse you, it will not abandon you, it will cover you, heal you, and make you whole, and though now it feels as if you are standing in ruins, I am building something new, and what I am building will not crumble. My beloved, when you see him with her, when you imagine their laughter, their closeness, do not let it pierce you with envy, for what you see is not always what is true. Relationships born of disloyalty are fragile, built on cracks that eventually collapse, and though you feel left behind, in truth you have been set apart, spared from a path that would have bound you in deeper sorrow. I am asking you now to lift your eyes from what has left and place them on me, because my love for you has never shifted, has never weakened, has never wandered, and when you anchor yourself in me, no betrayal, no rejection, no abandonment can shake the truth of who you are. You are my daughter, my chosen one, my beloved creation, and I will not leave you empty. In time, you will see why this had to happen, why his heart was allowed to chase another, why your prayers for him to stay were not answered the way you hoped, because what you asked for was too small compared to what I am preparing. Trust my timing, trust my love, trust my hand, for I will never take without giving greater, I will never close without opening better, I will never allow pain without bringing healing that multiplies your joy. My child, the day will come when you will look at yourself not with sorrow, but with gratitude, knowing that you were protected from what you thought you wanted, and guided into what you truly needed. My beloved child, I know you wonder why I allowed you to love so deeply if he was only going to leave, and I know the ache of that question feels like a wound that never stops bleeding, but you must understand, love was never wasted, because every moment you gave, every word you spoke, every ounce of devotion you poured out was a reflection of the beauty I placed within you, and even though he did not honor it, I saw it, I cherished it, I counted every tear, and nothing you gave was in vain. Sometimes I allow you to love someone who cannot stay, not because I want to break you, but because I want to teach you the depth of your own heart. I want you to know the strength of your spirit. I want you to discover how much you can grow through pain, and I want to prepare you for the love that will come later, the love that will honor every part of who you are. My child, do not despise this season of heartbreak, for it is shaping you, it is refining you, it is removing what is weak so that what is strong may remain, and though now you feel abandoned, you are not abandoned, you are being prepared. You cry out asking why he loves her so much, and I answer you with truth, because his heart was not ready to love you the way you deserve, because he was easily swayed by what sparkled before him, because his loyalty was shallow, and because his spirit was drawn to what is temporary instead of what is eternal. That is not your failure, that is his choice, and you must not chain yourself to the weight of his decisions. If he had been the one I chose for you, nothing could have pulled him away, no other woman could have taken his place, no storm could have shaken his devotion, but the fact that he left is the clearest sign that he was never the one I destined to walk beside you into the future I have planned. My beloved, I see you comparing yourself, looking at her and then at yourself, listing reasons why maybe she is better, maybe she has something you lack, and I tell you with holy fire, stop diminishing yourself for the sake of a man who could not value you.